What's up, everybody? I think we are live. How's my sound? Can you guys hear me okay? Hopefully, this time. Test, test, hello. Welcome, Flinker Mary. Welcome, Emma. Welcome, Caitlin. Sounds like the sound is working. Sweet. How you all been? Happy Sunday. Happy Pride Month. Happy, what else is going on? If you're in Utah, the weather is awesome, you guys. I've been loving it. The sound is working. Nice. Aw, thank you, Denise. Welcome, welcome. Nice. Hey, Crystal, Christina, Anthony, Emma. Nice. Well, hope you're all having a great week. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another evening tea with Eskel. We made it to, I don't know if it's called episodes, but video 16 or live 16. So that's awesome. I went through a bunch of my photos trying to find one of me when I was 16 to put for the thumbnail. But I only found a couple, and I couldn't tell if I was like 15 or 16 or 17 in them. So I couldn't quite figure it out. So I just posted a picture that I had for it. But yeah. I did want to talk a little bit about being 16 though. I feel like I've got a lot of good stories from being 16 years old and being raised in the order. There's some crazy things that me and my friends did. But yeah. Oh, welcome Russ. Welcome Sandy, Morgan, Pumpkin Patch. Welcome, welcome. Nice. Well, I hope you guys have some popcorn because I have a ton of popcorn. I did it last week, and I thought I didn't know if it would be a good idea because I'm supposed to be talking in most of these lives, so I didn't think I'd have much time to eat popcorn. But I snuck in a lot last time, so I was like, I'm going to do it again because it was fun. I feel like I'm happier when I have food, you guys, so you'll enjoy my company more when I have snacks and drinks because I'll be more fun. So. Hello from Wisconsin for me, but love Utah. Was there last summer. Nice. I think the best season to come to Utah is the fall, for me personally, because the winter gets a ton of snow, which is cool and great for skiing and snowboarding, but I get sick of it. And then in the spring, I get allergies pretty bad. In the summer, it's great. I love the summer. It does get pretty hot sometimes though, but the fall is perfect, man. I love the fall. It's amazing. I actually made it to a live when it's live. I always watch later, but now I get to be here. Well, welcome, Morgan. That's awesome. I ate popcorn this morning. Nice. It's a good snack. I'm told it's healthy. I don't know if I believe that, and maybe it's just the popcorn that I get, but I get either kettle corn or super buttery, like movie theater popcorn. So I don't know if it's healthy, but it sure looks good. How did you guys like the food eating video? Was that one interesting? I had a ton of fun making that one. I wasn't sure if I should like market it as candies from around the world or focus on the bugs that we ate. Because a lot of you guys told me the bugs were gross, and they were. That was kind of the point. But I had a fun time eating them and trying all the different candies from around the world. It was really weird, but it was cool to experience. I did like that. I thought that was fun. But yeah, would any of you guys eat ant-covered chocolates or chocolate-covered ants? Because I ate some of those. I tried. My camera's not the best quality. Well, in this lighting, it's a lot better, actually, now that I'm looking at it. So that's awesome. But when I was editing the bug video, when I went up close to it to show you guys the different bugs and stuff, it didn't give it justice because in real life, you can see the actual like legs of the grasshoppers sticking out and the ants' heads poking out of the chocolate and stuff. It made it much more of an experience. Let's just say that. but it was cool. Air popped natural popcorn is definitely a healthy snack. Nice. I believe it, Denise. Maybe if it didn't have so much butter on it too, it would be a lot healthier. But did you get a haircut? Looks sharp. I did, you guys. Don't tell my mom. I finally did get a haircut though. I've been waiting for a while. I don't know why. I like to experiment with my hair though and make it more like an event when I finally get it cut, rather than just getting it cut every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks or whatever. And it's cheaper when I wait longer, so I figured just might as well mess with it more, so I can have it go longer without getting a haircut. And then when I do get a haircut, I've never gone to like the same barber. It's kind of like a challenge of mine to always try new places, meet new people, see what different haircuts are like, I guess. Sometimes I go to like salons, sometimes I go to cheap, great clips. Sometimes I go to barber shops that are like really fancy and cool looking. I just like trying out new places, so that's what I do. I'm glad you noticed, Abigail. Heck yeah. That was quick. I was curious if it was super noticeable, but yeah. You should get people to send some stuff from all over. Emma Wood, anything you guys want to send, I put my P.O Box. Well, me and my sister Amanda shared the P.O Box, and anyone can send stuff whenever you want. If you send like cool exotic foods or snacks or just anything cool, I will put it in a video. So do it. Feel free to send me anything. That would be awesome. Try an all Mexican candy haul. Oh, I don't know if I've ever heard of that. But okay, cool. Popcorn isn't bad, just the butter isn't really good for you. LOL. Chemical buttery ones you microwave, maybe not so much. Mine's the microwave kind. I get it from Costco. It's this giant pack of like, I think 50 bags or something like that. So I have enough to last me 2 days. No, it lasts me a long time, and I love it. I do movie nights a lot and just pig out on popcorn. Anywhere safe in Utah, I want to take photos of mountains by the aunt and uncle came to visit Utah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Utah's a great place for outdoorsy pictures. There's lots of like mountain trails and cool places to hike up to get cool pictures. When I hiked Angel's Landing, which is one of the most famous hikes here in Utah, there were people literally hiking up in suits and like engagement dresses and stuff like that, so they can get their engagement photos at the top of it. It was kind of fun to watch. I'm planning a Canadian snack box to send. Aw, thanks, Denise. That'd be so fun. Welcome, Dylan. Welcome. Heck yeah. Dylan seems like he's made it to every single one of my lives ever since he's been out of the order. Maybe we should talk about Dylan's update. He's doing really good. I want to have him on another one of these lives. Dylan, I think, is going to do one of the challenges with us, right, Dylan? I was mentioning the chip challenge with Amanda, and he saw the I don't know if it was like a challenge video, but just the video I did with all the candies and stuff, and he asked to be on one of the future ones, so I'm hoping to have him on one of them, either the chip challenge or another food thing that we do. I think that would be fun. So Dylan, let me know when you're free. Let's plan it. That'll be cool. Have you watched the new Preaching Evil episode, or do you not watch it? I have not seen it. I feel like I've heard of it, though. Preaching Evil. Does it have to do with cults and stuff like that? That sounds interesting. Hey, Dylan. I was saying hi to you. Can't get Peacock to work in Canada. Aw, man. Canada doesn't let you watch things on Peacock? I finally just got Netflix again, so that was cool. Do any of you guys work out? I went to the gym and it felt so good. I wasn't sure what day to do today, so I ended up just doing shoulders, but it was good. Anyways, sorry, I get really sidetracked, but today I wanted to talk a little bit about, I don't know if calling it daddy issues is the correct thing, but I have been talking a lot, like with Amanda and like different people about their relationships with not just their dads, but like their parents and their families and stuff like that. And today it was just on my mind a lot to share like how different views it is that I have of like my parental relationship and why I'm like okay with how everything is. Because even though it's not the best situation that I'm in, I feel like, I don't know, I guess I'm comfortable with where I'm at and how my relationships are in a lot of ways. And I don't know, maybe I just don't expect a whole lot from parents or something, but I feel like as unique as my situation is, I don't feel like I have very much of a like what do you call it, good relationship with my parents. To some extent, maybe, but it's just kind of like it's non-existent. But like in my own head, I feel like it's fine. I feel like I cope with how my situation is and how kind of like my parents view me and stuff like that. And one of the things that I wrote down to just kind of like ponder about is the fact that a lot of people that I talk to, sorry, I shouldn't say a lot, the few people that I get to talk to that are still in the order, they say things like it's different and it's not the same all the time. They basically um, watch my videos and a lot of my sister's videos, Amanda's videos, and they say like the things you guys are talking about, like maybe they were true and stuff, but it's not quite like that anymore. And a lot of the times when I hear them saying this, I can't help but be like, well, you're welcome. Then if that really is the case, if a lot of the parents in the order are being less abusive and changing, then I can't help but feel like that's because of what the other people have done, what the older kids that have left or the other people that left an impact have done to, I don't know, help them see or realize why that's not helping anything, you know? And to me, I think that's great. I feel like I can't change my past anyways. I've already have the relationship that I have with my parents. I've already had my childhood and upbringing in the order, and it wasn't the best. But if it really did make an impact and like help a lot of the families to change in a positive way, in any good positive way at all, then I think that's great. And I feel like it had to have done something. And with hearing that they're different all of the times, I don't know if I fully believe it. And maybe it is with certain families because it's always unique with every family. But I was just talking to someone the other day, and they were like, "I can't believe like your father was abusive. I don't know why your family was so controlling and stuff like that." Like they were even saying they've heard stories of their older siblings having similar experiences, but they've never had to deal with that. And they're born and raised in the order too, the same cult that I grew up in. And I didn't say this to him, but I wanted to so badly just be like, well, you're welcome. Like, I guess things are changing, and I can't help but feel like it's a lot of us that have left or have kind of stood up for those situations and not just, live life and let them be abusive and let them treat us the wrong way and do nothing about it. I feel like it's the ones that actually, stand up for themselves or question things or kind of like, I don't want to say fight back, but at least like speak back to them and like are willing to do something about it. I feel like I can't help but think that those are the ones that make the biggest impact and hopefully help things to change for the better. And so, I don't know. What do you guys think? That's how I feel about it. I don't know if that's true. I don't know even if a lot of these changes are actually happening in the order. But from what I'm hearing, a lot of people think that it is. And so I can't help but want to say that it's because of what a lot of the people that are speaking up are doing about it and that it's a good thing. But I don't know. It was just an interesting conversation. And I feel like it's almost inevitable. When I talk to people in the order still or ex-order members, people that have left for a while, a lot of our conversations end up leading back to talking about our parents or just something about our childhood, And almost everyone has daddy issues in some way or form. So it's like, I don't know what's the word for that? It's going to leave an impact on you because that's just kind of like the way that life is. And I think a lot of it really comes down to wanting to know or wanting to believe that, we all have loving parents and a mom or dad that loves us and cares about us. And I talked about this before, how my dad, he claims and says that he loves me. And I always state and share that like actions speak a lot louder than words, and I feel like a lot of the times it's easy to say something and then never act upon it. And to me, I can't. It makes me want to get upset at him because he's basically saying that he loves me, but he still doesn't ever want anything to do with me. He still doesn't want to ever see me and all that kind of stuff. I can't come around the family and stuff. So to me, I'm like, okay, well then your definition of love is very different from my definition. But as I started thinking about it and talking to people about it, I think it helps so much to just open up, share, like just to have discussions about this, because it helped me to realize that like my dad can so easily say that he loves me because I really do. I feel like he loves a certain version of me. He views like his kids as like people and things that he is molding and creating into this perfect version of themselves. So when he looks at his kids and he's like being controlling, he wants them to do all these things. He wants to control like a ton of aspects of their lives. And I think that's because he wants a certain version of them. He basically can say that he loves you because he loves the version of you that's in his head that he wants you to be. And to me, that's kind of crazy because he's told me that he is okay with controlling his kids 100%, no matter how old they are. He doesn't care if they're full-grown adults or if they're at the age where they should be able to make decisions for themselves. He wants them to be this perfect version and like to live exactly how he wants them to live, no matter what it takes, even if it's controlling them and stuff like that. And it led me to the question about like, at what point is it like how much can you justify doing something for someone if it's to get them to supposedly to get them to go to heaven? Like you can't just force someone to go to heaven. And I feel like in his, version of what a perfect family and perfect kids is like, then you can just control them all the way and then they'll thank you because they got to go to heaven because you controlled them or whatever. And I don't think it works that way, but it kind of like helped me to realize and understand why I feel like it was so easy for him to say that, even though I felt like he didn't really mean it. And it's interesting. I don't know if he thinks that I'm a person, like he doesn't see me, so much as like just the person or who I am. He sees me as like this moldable object or something like that, something he can create or turn into something. But I don't know. Maybe in another dimension, there's a perfect version of me or the version of me that he views as perfect or something like that. But that's not in this world. So also, just to help a lot of people understand why it's so strange and why I'm trying so hard to understand like my dad's viewpoint, or not just my dad. I really have a lot of these discussions to better understand the order as a whole and order members' families, different situations that a lot of people are going through. And I will never forget my dad talking about how he would rather die than not be a member of the order, right? And so to me, it's just, first of all, that's crazy. But I really think that he would rather basically live his whole life, all the way to his grave, living a lie or a fake life, rather than even just in the slightest bit question or even consider that the life that he's living might have flaws in it or might not be 100% correct. And I don't know, to me, that just seems crazy. But when you've been doing it for so long, maybe that's just the best. They think that that's the best route to take. Or it could be kind of like therapy, They're not willing to go to therapy. They don't want to unravel their whole belief system and question things and try and figure out the truth because they've been doing it for so long, I feel like that's a very big possibility. What else did we talk about, man? Yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but I recently had a really good discussion. And I've been meeting up with just a lot of people in general and like bouncing ideas off of them, trying to figure out what would be some like good topics to go over and discuss. And a lot of people that I've met up with are very deep thinkers. And so it's just had a lot of stuff on my mind. Okay. And then on the other end, it's just the reason why I'm so open about sharing all this stuff is because I thought about it a lot. And I was like, technically, from an order member's perspective, me kind of talking bad about my dad to an order member, technically I think I'm talking good about my dad, right? Because I'm being like, my dad cut me off just because I wasn't an order member. He stopped talking to me. He doesn't let me be around the family and stuff. And to an order member, I would think they'd be like, okay, good, check. Like, he's doing all the things he's supposed to, right? At least I think. I don't know. I don't know if I'm giving my dad brownie points or something by sharing how rude he is to me and how basically he doesn't really love me. But maybe I am, and I don't know. I guess I'll have to find out. But what was I gonna say about that? But yeah, I mean, before I would just kind of avoid talking about this kind of stuff because I was like, not that I like didn't want to, like, I guess I didn't want to waste my time. I didn't want to like talk about my relationship with my father and stuff because I didn't feel like it meant very much to me or like there was any purpose or meaning to it. And I guess I thought like, well, and it might just get him in trouble anyway, so what's the point? But now that I think about it, like I don't know if it will get him in trouble. And I wonder if it might even be like, I just wonder how the order will view it, you know? And I really don't care. Like, I'm just going to talk about whatever I want to, and they can take it and interpret it however they want, but I don't want it to stop me. They've already controlled me for too long, so not anymore. Uh, let's see. Yeah, I don't know. And maybe it's different for different dads in the order. I'm sure some of them still try to keep relationships with their kids that leave the order. And I wonder if they have to keep it secret, because the order would view that as a bad thing. So my dad, he's not doing that. So you guys, I guess the order must be really proud of my dad or something. I don't know. I think that is true. Let's see. Sorry. I'll get back to you guys' comments really quick. I think if there's any change, it's because of the ones who have left and spoken out. Yeah, I would think so too. I mean, I hope so. I think one day you will all make a great parents as you will give your kids what you never got. Love and support is the most important. And unconditional love, I feel like, because I think my parents and a lot of order member parents, they think of unconditional love as they just always have to do that say that they love you. That's why I feel like my dad even said it at all. But they think that unconditional love is just saying that you love them, but you don't have to show it at all. You don't have to do anything. Like, you said it, it's done. That's the unconditional part. The actions and what you do about it is the conditioned part. And I feel like they don't realize that it's not really unconditional love if it's upon condition. If it's a condition of you being in the order, a condition of you not moving out, or, all these conditions. And so I don't know why they don't see that, because it seems pretty straightforward to me. But I find it fascinating how many of the children came out in such bad circumstances but are still such good people. You guys truly have very genuine, kind hearts for going through all you did. Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of us do kind of like completely take different lifestyles and like kind of like we're going out on this adventure and we all have our separate paths and stuff. But the similarity is that we've all seen what it's like to basically not truly be loved and to not have like a structured family and things like that. So I think what is common in a lot of the people that leave the order is the fact that we have a lot of goals and we have a lot of ambitions. There's so many things that we want to do and like create a structure with like our careers and our futures and stuff like that, because it's something that we didn't see very much of in the order and didn't get like a ton of opportunities for. It's as bad as an addiction. He's putting his views over all his family. Very sad that a father would do this to his kids. Yeah. And it's just like, I guess it's kind of like just creating his own little world, I guess. But really, it's just his own little community, because it's just his family. I don't think my dad gets to control anyone other than his kids and his wives. And maybe that's why he's so controlling about it, because that's the only things that he can control. Maybe. I'm not sure exactly, but I did always wonder why he wanted to be so controlling, why he wanted to be so strict. And this goes for a lot of parents in general. I thought as a kid all the time, I'd be like, if my parents didn't have so many freaking rules, then I wouldn't be such a bad kid, you know? It's like, if there weren't so many dumb rules made up and so many to-dos and not to-dos all the time, then I wouldn't get in trouble. And I understand now that there has to be some rules and regulations. Sorry. But, I mean, sorry, just a second. I personally have gotten in trouble for some of the dumbest things growing up, though. And I feel like if parents didn't, you know, make dumb rules, I don't know, then it would just make a lot more sense. But I don't know. I'm not a parent, so I don't know exactly how that'll go. How old was your dad when he got married? Dang. Wow, that's a good question. I know that... Dang. I do not know exactly. If I were to guess, I would guess that he was 20. But I really don't know exactly because he married his first wife, and then it was a good at least 3 kids later, I'm pretty sure. Let me think. 3 kids. No, 4 kids later. 4 kids later, maybe 5, before he married my mom. So I would say 4, maybe 5 years. But the thing is, I don't know exactly the age he was when he got married. My mom got married at like 17, and he was, what, 6 years older than her or something like that? Pretty close. And so he was like 24, maybe, when he married my mom, 24, 25. And he had already 4 kids. So yeah, around 19 or 20, I'm pretty sure, when he got married. But that's super common. Why do you ask that? I feel like a lot of order members get married at that age, or they go to that class, the young single men's class, which they have for guys, but they don't have for girls, because the girls pretty much never make it to that age without being married. OMG, that's weird though. Like in a cute, platonic little brother way. Nice. So how old was the first wife? The first wife was only a couple years younger than him. So he was probably 20, she was like 18, around there, yeah, I think. I don't know exactly. I did not take notes or anything. I just know roughly about the age gap between them all. And I know the most about my mom versus the rest. So I could be off by like a year or 2 or so, but around there. Maybe if my dad's watching this, shoot me a text. Let me know. He probably hates when I talk about his stuff, though. His personal lives. And I'm just like, okay. But it's now my personal life, too. So I feel like, I don't know. I feel justified talking about me and my dad's situation, where I come from. And I don't know. I don't think what I'm doing is bad. Is it mean? Would you be bothered if your kid was telling people when you got married? I wouldn't think that's a big deal. I bet Amanda knows. You're right, Emma. Amanda has a really good memory, and she always tells me that I just didn't pay attention, and I probably didn't, but she laughs at how much I forgot about the order, because I didn't pay a lot of attention. I was so focused on just figuring out what I wanted to do and like how to get out of the place that I wasn't paying that close attention to order history and all that stuff. But yeah. Let me think. Sorry, I really lost my train of thought. Oh, I didn't even go over just like the basics. Yeah, I usually always try to start with what's happening this week, what I'm doing with my channel, and right now I'm focusing a lot on trying to do interviews with people, especially insiders, but not just insiders, like people that ex-order members and people that just have questions or are curious and sharing like what they know about polygamous cults here in Utah. Eventually, I do want to branch out and just kind of explore other cults, figure out other people that I might be able to interview from other like religions or groups and stuff like that. But right now, I feel like there's just so much happening in the order and like with people that have left that I want to start there. You know, I want to interview as many of the ex-order members as I can, as many insiders as I can, kind of like just get a ton of information out there on the order and then move on from there. Maybe like starting like meeting up with people from the FLDS and stuff like that. Just branching out, having more variety to it and stuff like that. And then, of course, I'm always doing it for fun, just doing like fun little candy challenges and stuff like that. I noticed those ones don't get nearly as many views, so I can kind of tell you guys are more curious in like insider interviews or like people that have left the order or just like deep thought-provoking discussions that I have with people that are either in a cult or left a cult and stuff like that. And I find it fascinating as well. That's why I meet up with so many of the insiders to try and like share their story and stuff, even though most they make me take them down, or like a lot of the times I don't even get to post them and stuff like that. But it's fine. It's still fascinating to me, and I'm learning all the time, for kind of figuring out more and more of what the order is like currently today, and like what are some of the changes and stuff like that. So that's kind of where my channel's going right now. I also do post a little bit more on my Patreon as well. I try to go live on there at least once a week, and any videos that I kind of put together, either don't have time to finish it, or I do finish it and it's like maybe not super great, or like I didn't have enough time to get all of the clips for it or whatever, then I post those on Patreon. Or anything that's like too personal too. Sometimes I'll be making a video and I'll share stuff, or like if I'll cry in a video or something, I don't really want to post that on YouTube, so I'll go and post that on my Patreon. So yeah, it's just another platform for me to put all my videos, and I go live on there as well, just so there's constantly something at least every single week being posted on there. What else am I doing this week? I'm trying to, let's see. Yeah. Just trying to also enjoy the summer. I think we're at least a month in now. It seems like it's been going by so fast. And I'm not looking forward to school starting again in the fall. So I'm hoping to go on some trips, travel a few places, have some fun with it before the summer's over. I think that'll be a lot of fun. Dang, kind of running out of stuff to say. I think this one might be a short one, but that's okay because Amanda's going to be over here soon, and we're going to do the one chip challenge. Let me show you guys really quick. Hold on. Ooh, excuse me. Sorry. These are the one chip challenge, and Dallin, if you're watching, I actually got these to do them with you, so come on over and join us for the one chip challenge. They have this scale of like how hot they are on the back, and it starts off with just, they call this one kinda hot, if you see the little tag in the corner, kinda hot, and then it gets to super hot, and then freaking hot is these white ones. So I think, I've heard a lot of people online do this challenge, and it's just a fun little thing to try it and see how much heat you can handle. And I don't know how they do it, but what I'm just going to do is just put them in the order from least hot to the hottest, and then each of us will try one chip from this one and see if we can handle it, see if we can eat the whole chip without having any milk or water or whatever. Then just go to the next one and the next one. And the competition for me is just to see if I can go longer than Amanda without drinking anything, and see how many levels I can get through. I'm guessing Amanda's going to make it to the middle one, and that's it. Then she'll give up. I might do the same, but I just want to go longer than Amanda. I'm not looking forward to trying these ones at all. These ones are supposed to be like crazy hot. So, yeah, I'm planning on just getting to the second one and just lasting longer than Amanda before she takes a drink. But we'll see. If she lasts the whole time, then maybe we will get to these ones. But if not, then I won't have to burn my mouth too bad. She and I both love Takis, so I feel like we can handle heat decently well. But if these ones are like super well known and like a ton of people have tried it and they're known to be just crazy hot, then I don't think we're super used to that kind of spice. We just like the Taki spice, at least for me anyway. And I've talked to her about it. She loves Takis. I don't know how used she is to spicy stuff though, but I just want to be her, you know. She's my sister. I feel like I can handle heat as long as she can. Been hitting the gym, looking a tad bit more buff recently, dude. Thanks, M. Smith. I do go to the gym sometimes. I try to talk about it more in hopes that it'll get me to go to the gym more often. Because there's some weeks where I'm like, hey, let's go to the gym every single week, every single day this week. And I'll go Sunday, Monday, and then I'll maybe miss Tuesday. And then once I miss one day, pretty much, I miss the rest of the week. And then it comes back to a new week, and that's when I kind of start off again. And I'm decently consistent in the beginning, but I slack a lot as the week goes on. Hi, Eskel. Got here pretty late. What are you filming on? Because the camera is pretty far from you. Oh, yeah. I moved it a little bit because I like to be able to stand up during these lives, but I also like that I can sit down, and I tried to adjust the mic so the mic can hear me just fine, whether I'm sitting down or standing up, and so hopefully the sound quality is fine. And the camera's just adjusted so I can stand up and kind of like pace back and forth when I want to. Is there going to be a part 2 of The Insider? Yes, there's a part 2 of The Insider, and I edited it all already, but they won't let me post it. They got in trouble, and they said, please don't post it. So I'm not going to post it, sadly. Yeah, I don't know. I want them to know, because I feel like, I don't know. A part of me was like, I should just post it. They already gave me permission to post it and stuff, but then I want the insiders to know if they get in trouble or something happens. I don't want them to get in trouble. I'm not trying to get anyone in trouble. I'm just trying to share information, and that insider did get in trouble, so I took it down, and I don't think I'll post it. But I almost have another interview with another insider ready to post, so that will be coming soon. Yeah, so basically if it doesn't work out with one of them, I just interview another one. So he has and that pre-workout stuff. Smith, he has and that pre-workout stuff. Yeah, the pre-workout, man. I did not take very much today. That's why I'm kind of tired. I took a little bit of pre-workout this morning, but that was like, what, 7 or 8 this morning. So it's been a little while. But I love pre-workout. If I didn't take any, I would be super tired right now. But I'm still a little bit tired because I didn't take enough, and I did go to the gym today. Worked out a little bit. Welcome, Leah. I've got to hit the gym after this, and I just want to stay in the bed. I feel ya. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to want to get out. For me, I think the hardest part is getting my gym clothes on. Once I get changed into my gym clothes, I feel a little bit more motivated. I feel like it's extra work to have to shower and get out of them anyway. So I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like that's when it's a little bit easier for me to just drink my protein, get my pre-workout, and just head off to the gym. Just kind of force myself to get out there and do it. Once I'm at the gym, I feel super good. I actually like the atmosphere of the gym because everyone's there working out. You know, they all got like their, what's the word? Dang, I just lost my train of thought. But anyways, they're all there to work out, you know? So I feel like it's very easy once I get there to be a little more motivated and pumped and ready and energetic to work out. And yeah, I think it's a lot more fun that way. If I had to work out at home, it probably just wouldn't happen. I swear, that would be so hard. Whatever you want to do, we're here. The bug stuff was too much, but I did hit the like button. Oh, thanks, Leah. There you go. Yeah, you don't have to watch my stuff, you guys. Just like it, okay? Yeah. What's up, Matthew? What's happened with the other Insider video? I'm still working on it. The Insider videos take a lot longer for me to do because not only do I have to edit all the clips together, but I have to make sure their voice is altered, they're blurred, just extra steps that take a lot longer. So yeah, that one just takes longer. But already sneezing. I can't wait to watch this. Well, it's like allergy season right now, and I think I'm allergic to like pollen or something, certain things. So yeah, around the springtime, I do get a lot of allergies. I sneeze a lot. Let's see. My daughter loves blue Takis. Yeah, the blue Takis are my favorite. I think the taste is exactly the same. Like I don't prefer one taste over the other, but my favorite color is blue, so I just like that they made blue Takis. I think that's cool. I thought about the gym yesterday for like a second. Like, just thinking about it, that's good enough, right? The sound is great. Heck yeah. I am kind of figuring out my sound system, but I still don't know why my first sound speaker broke and it's just not working anymore, which sucks, but it's whatever. At least I had a backup one, and the backup one seems to be working great now. So, Eskel, question. How did you feel when he said that stuff about what Amanda says? How do you keep your cool? Yeah, on the Insider, he was dissing on Amanda a ton, and I was just like, it bothered me, of course, and I wanted to be like, no, you're wrong. Like, Amanda's doing a good job. She's being like super transparent. She's open about it. Like, she's sharing all these things that are true. And like, the order is the one that's lying. And I didn't say that in the interview though, because, it would have made for the interview would have been a lot shorter, first of all. And I didn't want it to become just an argument. So many of the comments when order members come on, they just have tons of rude things to say, and I feel like it doesn't go well. It never really goes anywhere. So to me, I already know that I love my sister. I love her channel, and so I just went in there knowing that I was just gonna be nice to him, just gonna let him say whatever he wanted to say, and I would just go on to the next question every time. So that's exactly what I did, and I felt like that was the only way I was able to be there for the full interview and keep it a really good discussion, continuously moving, and like have them, the insider, feel comfortable just sharing everything, sharing their full opinions, all their thoughts and ideas. Even though I didn't agree with a lot of them, I wanted them to feel like they could say whatever they wanted and just be completely raw and open and share their feelings. So that's what my goal was with that. And even though I did clench my teeth a little bit, I think it worked out, and I'm glad it did. So I'm so late, and I missed Amanda's live too. So so unorganized. LOL. Hello everyone. Hi Eskel. How was your week? Welcome, Eat Creates. My week was good. I had a really good week. Kind of crazy all over the place, but I'm excited for the video tonight. So yeah, it felt like, oh, you're overthinking it. Am I, Abigail? Am I overthinking it? What am I overthinking again? I felt like, to me, it was all propaganda for the order. Did I miss something? Post it. His fault. He already filled it with you. I see nothing wrong with posting it. Just saying, but that's just you. Yeah, and like I can't get into any legal trouble because he did already agree and stuff. But I don't know. It's weird. It's so weird because like a part of me is like, I don't know. I just want to be nice to this guy, but I don't even know why. I guess yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I already took it down. I already decided not to post it, so it's whatever. There's only 3 likes and there's 50 of us. Is that for real? Are you guys not liking my video? Ooh, dang. Sorry, I just want to check really quick. I bet Dylan liked it though, huh? Thanks, Dylan. You're the best. I would love to know more about if you've gone down the rabbit hole of Joseph Smith history and your thoughts. That's a great question, Melissa. I feel like I did a ton of like research on Joseph Smith and the LDS church history, and I served a mission, an LDS mission. And so I had a lot of opportunities to kind of like, I don't know, build my own testimony, figure out what I wanted. And maybe it is, a lot of people say that maybe I was like, felt very comfortable around the LDS community and around people from that church because it has a lot of similarities from the order. And I could see that's very true. I feel like I went very quick. I only had about a year where I was just exploring different churches, trying to figure out where I wanted to be. And to me, it wasn't so much of like, oh, I have to be in a church, or I need a religion, or I don't know what's right. It wasn't like that. It was more of like, I want people to do Bible study with, you know. I want people to study with and to come together and to have discussions with and to learn and grow together. And so I feel like that's really ultimately what the journey was for me, was to be around like-minded people and to have a goal of like, you know, picking certain verses or certain parts of the Bible and really deep diving into them, sharing our thoughts and our beliefs and our ideas on them. And so for me, I felt like it was so good for me. And I tell people all the time, I left one cult and I joined another. And I feel like that's just what happened for me. And I just kind of try to take the good from wherever I'm at and just completely ignore any bad. And I know I don't know, maybe I was super quick in like my decision and stuff like that, but I have a ton of really good friends where I'm at, and especially for me personally, I take the things that I like share with people, and when I have like Bible discussions and like deep thought-provoking discussions with people, my goal is not to convince anyone of anything. I feel like for me personally, it's all about a growth mindset and learning and building upon the knowledge that we already have. And I feel like if you're only trying to convince someone of something, then you're already looking at it from a one-sided perspective, and you're not allowing yourself to see their point of view, to learn and to grow and stuff like that. So for me, no matter where I'm at, no matter what church I'm visiting, or basically what type of like Bible discussion that I'm in, my goal, I don't go in there with the goal of trying to change anyone's mind or to like have a specific outcome from it. All I go there for is to learn and to grow and to hopefully have a like enjoyable, interesting, and learning discussion that I take something from it, I guess. So that's really what my goal is. Did somebody donate? Flinker Mary Vlogs. Aw, thank you. Thumbs up. Heck yeah. Nice. Thank you so much, Flinker. That's awesome. Great question, though. I have a whole video on that, and I could talk for hours on it. I do want to make a video about it and dive a lot deeper. So I feel like there's more of that to come for sure. Abigail Hall, what she said. There you go. I would say post, but it is important that future guests on the channel feel safe, so don't post. Exactly. And maybe I'll post it in the future or whatever. I'll always have it just in case. But like, you know, I want them to know that if they come on my channel, I'm not going to try to twist the things that they say. I'm not going to try to make them look bad or like, you know, go against anything that they say. I literally tell them if there's certain parts they want edited out, like let me know. And I want them to feel like they have a say in it. You know, I don't want them to be afraid to be on my channel because then they won't get any control in what actually goes on to YouTube and stuff like that. I want them to know that they can have a chat with me and have it be relaxed, and they can say whatever they want and not be afraid that everything they say is going to go online. Because even me, like, I like going live because I don't care anymore, I guess. I feel like I make lots of mistakes. I say all the time, and I need to do better at that. So that's what I was always afraid of in the beginning, of why I didn't like going live, why I like to do my videos and edit them a ton. I would cut so much out all the time. But now I'm like, it's okay. I like to be real, and I think it's a good practice for me to get in the habit of just saying what's on my mind and finding good ways to say it without being so stressed or having a ton of anxiety that I'm going to say something wrong or sound a certain type of way. So for me, I feel like it's just I'm over it. I don't care if I might look funny sometimes. my whole purpose of doing these is for me to learn and grow and to enjoy them too. I really do have a lot of fun having discussions with you guys, posting these videos, creating, like, my intros are my favorite thing to make for my YouTube videos. I just post all these fun clips together from the video, add music to it, and to me, it's a lot of fun. I like that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm doing it for, and to learn. I'm always looking for ways to progress, to learn and grow, and to do better, create better content, just to improve my skill and stuff like that. So, yeah. I would say post, but oh yeah, I already talked about that. I need the details of how he got in trouble, LOL. If you're talking about the insider, it was surprisingly easy. Well, I guess it wasn't easy. Okay, let's just talk about that for a second. So the insider, he originally came to me saying, like, oh, I don't think it'll be a big deal if people find out who I am. I'm only going to say good things. I'm only going to talk good about the order. He even said he doesn't want to leave the order. The only reason why he even asked me to blur his face and to alter his voice is because he was like, people are going to see it and maybe not even watch it. They'll just assume, oh, he's on it, he wants to leave, or he left the order, or whatever. And so he was like, I don't want people to see me because I don't want them to think that I want to leave by any means. And all the things that he said, like, if you actually watch the interview, you can tell he's a very dedicated order member. He does not want to leave. And so the way he got in trouble was, first of all, people found out who he was, because I think personally it's because he laughed in a very specific way. Any of you guys that watched it, you can tell he, like, did a weird little laugh that was just like, he would laugh and then do his laugh, like, at the end of all of his laughs every single time. And so it was a unique enough laugh that I'm pretty sure that's what gave it away. But anyways, he did. So yeah, people found out who he was very quickly, and I don't fully know why he got in trouble. He was only saying positive and good things about the order, but he said that he had to go to a meeting after they found about it. People started coming to him and having, like, heart-to-hearts and expressing how he shouldn't have done that and how that was a bad thing and stuff like that. And then he just stopped talking to me. I don't know if he got his phone taken away or what, but he kind of just fell off the face of the earth from my end. And so, yeah, well, and then before he got his phone taken away, he asked me to take it down and asked me not to post the second one and stuff like that. So, yeah, it was kind of a bummer. And he didn't explain fully, like, how much trouble he got into. All he talked about was that they had meetings with him. People were meeting up with him, having heart-to-hearts, trying to tell him why it was bad and stuff like that. So, yeah, I guess they didn't. I mean, clearly they didn't like it. They asked him to ask me to take it down and to not post his second one. So that's what I did. I told him that I would take it down, and to me, it's not a huge deal. I think it's fine, whatever they want. So from what I saw of the insider video, they didn't really seem to understand what abuse is. That's so true, Kim. I hope the insider is okay and didn't get into too much trouble. Yeah, it sucks because I don't really have contact with him anymore. I haven't heard back to him ever since then. So if he got his phone taken away or what, I have no idea. I don't know how much trouble he got into. I hope I don't know why the order would be, like, so hard on him, you know? Anyone that actually watched it knows he was trying really hard to say good things about the order. He was super careful about his answers. He was a good designated, what's it called? Yeah, I guess. Good order member, basically. He was a really determined order member that basically dedicated his life to the order, and they gave him a really hard time, and it sucked. And so I do feel for him, and I don't know why the order is like that, but that happened. And you're right. He did a lot of the things that he said. It seemed like he didn't fully understand, and he openly admitted, like, he didn't know the answers to some of the questions, and a couple of them he said his answer, which wasn't the correct and true answer, but I mean, I think he was just answering them to the best of his knowledge, and that's totally fine, because he even said from the beginning he's not answering for the order. He doesn't represent the order. It's just his personal viewpoints and his answers to the questions. So I feel like their purpose of doing the interview was just trying to discredit Amanda, but I could understand why Eskel stayed cool. That's true. I wondered that too, because he had a lot of times where he really wanted to get his thoughts in and say what he wanted to say, and some of them were really rude about Amanda. So Maybe that was a part of his motive too. But they should also agree to not bring your family into it. It's a respect thing. Well, yeah, I think everyone should try to be nice and respectful, but I mean, I am always sharing some things about the order that they think isn't so nice, and I just share it because I feel like it's true. And the order members don't think it's true. And so I think it goes both ways. I kind of allowed him to say his things about Amanda and what his beliefs are because to him, it's true. He really, truly believes those things that he said, that he was sharing. So I let it happen because from his perspective and his point of view, he does think that they're true. So that's fine. I let him. He can think the way that he wants to. I'm in Gulfport, Mississippi. You want me to place a bet for you? Heck yeah. Welcome, Anthony. Welcome, Lulu. Are you gambling right now, Anthony? Russ, hope you're doing okay. I have to catch up on a lot from having COVID. I'm really behind. Keep healing, love day by day. Aw. Oh man, Anthony, definitely. Put it all on red, Anthony. I'm just kidding. Me and my family, we are not the best gamblers, that's for sure. Australian paper crafted totally. I just wish they would show him the same respect. I was so flippin' mad when it shut it down. Yeah, I was pretty disappointed to bring it down because it got 1,000 views in just the 2 hours it was up. So I was very impressed by that. But yeah, it's okay. And there'll be another one here soon, so no big deal. I think the issues we are forgetting that in the order women aren't equals, so that guy probably doesn't even realize how rude it is to speak about someone's sister. See, that's true. That's why I feel like we always got to try to see from the other person's perspective. And because I knew I'd probably never see him again, it wasn't worth it to try and explain like how I feel or why I think differently or why I think that he's wrong. Because he's gonna, at the end of the day, he's gonna believe what he's gonna believe, and he is surrounded by the order, so he's gonna be a lot more influenced by order members than by anything that I'm gonna say. So I just didn't feel like there was much that I could do in the short time that I was with him. That guy was a lot about his propaganda. The order should have loved it. Yeah, he had a ton of notes. He shared Sunday school lessons. He had the Sunday school lessons with him that the order teaches. And he was ready to teach us the Sunday school lessons, you guys. It was kind of crazy. What's near you right now, Anthony? Yes, could feel this mascaroni melting off him through the screen. He was very nervous. You could tell. He kind of stuttered a bit, and he just kind of acted like he was really nervous for some reason. And maybe it's just because, like, being on camera is a bit nerve-wracking. I'd have to admit I hadn't heard of the IBLP until I watched the Duggar family. They made the IBLP cult as well known as it's today. Oh, dang. Hope you feel better soon. Leah doesn't make it right, but it could explain his rudeness. Yeah, that's true. That's why ground rules need to be set before filming. None of us want to watch a video of some idiot burning on Amanda. That's true. Yeah, that's a good point. To be honest, I felt that the insider was just by basically repeating what he was told or just repeating what was on the website. Yeah, a lot of people wonder if maybe Paul set him up to it or someone in the order was telling him, yeah, go on the live, make sure you say these things and all that. But I mean, the fact that he had to take it down makes me realize they probably didn't. They probably had no idea. He was just doing it on his own and stuff. That's kind of funny. Daniel Stark, yeah, the Duggars helped bring all that out into the light. Almost everything about this is not true. LOL. 5 card and wait, is that Eldon Campbell? What's up, man? How you doing? You should respond back to my messages. But anyways, 5 cards. Let's see, and the girl would get into way more trouble. That's true. Yeah. Eldon, please expand on your statement. Denise, he was basically being a spokesman for the order. Yeah, see, that's a good point, Russ. He kind of was, well, he was trying to be, but the fact that they asked him to ask me to take it down means that they probably didn't, like, agree with it or something, or, which, and, like, just watching it, you can tell, like, everyone makes mistakes, like, I don't think it's to blame him or anything, but I'm sure he said some things that even the order was like, wait, what are you talking about? Like, don't tell that to everybody or something, you know? So, yeah, that's a big part of why they asked him to take it down as well. But you aren't attacking specific people. Yeah, that's kind of what I share all the time. It's not like there's one in particular person, except for kind of Paul, maybe, because when I reference to the order, I'm basically talking about Paul and the five brothers. You know, the heads of the order, the ones that have a say and very much control the order. They're the ones that I'm talking to most of the time. She's already been put in danger by these people. Letting him spread more lies on her brother's channel adds to the danger for her. This is bigger than just letting someone talk. They have threatened her. That's true, yeah. It is kind of scary. And to me, I'm like, worst case scenario, maybe my channel gets shut down. And it's like, that would suck, but I would just start a new one and just go from there. But I don't know. The order has a lot of money. I feel like if they, I don't know. I don't want to feel threatened by them, but they have a lot of power. They can definitely, they're not people that you should mess with just casually, I guess. I think it's a big deal to make sure what you're saying is true. And I feel like everything Amanda's saying is true, though. So that's why I feel like they haven't shut her down. They haven't gotten her in trouble. She knows what she's talking about. She does her homework, for sure. If you tell him how you feel, he just won't trust you because of what he is told. I don't mind collab with your sister one day. Oh, yeah. Hello from New York. Oh, welcome, Ken. Ken from New York. Welcome, Flicker Fade. Were you in here the whole time? This is the first comment I saw about you, but welcome. That's awesome. He said a few things that could get the order in trouble in the way he said it. He clearly had no idea anyone would have an issue with it or that it was illegal. Could get the order in trouble. Yeah, that's the part that I wanted to like kind of talk to him. If I would have had more time to talk with him or to follow up, I would have been like, he was so confident in his statements, being like, I know what the outside is like. We know about the outside world. Like, we're fully educated on it. We just choose to stay in here. And my very next follow-up question was, well, how long did you work at an outside job? How long did you go to an outside school? Like, how much interaction do you really have with outsiders? And he said none. He didn't. He never had an outside job. He always went to the order school growing up. He was very much surrounded and within only the order community, which kind of like, I feel like decredits a lot of the things that he's saying because he only knows from the order perspective. But that's still, it was still worth having the interview with him because I wanted to see like how different it was, what kind of justifications they would have for what the order's doing when all they know is the order stuff. Because it's very different. Someone that's left the order and has been on both sides, they will view things very differently. They'll understand a lot more of the legal aspects and what some of the things that the order is doing is illegal and why it's such a big problem. Whereas someone that's been told the things that they're told in the order their entire life, it's quite a bit different, LOL, none of us think we know why he got in trouble. It's called speculation. Yeah, we're all just trying to figure it out, I guess. Dinge Pace, y'all were acting like you know what happened with or how he got in trouble. How he got in trouble? Did I miss something? It's one thing to try to tell our point of view, but another to be totally disrespectful. Okay, yeah. It's called speculation. And what he told Eskel otherwise, we were just asking. Worst case scenario, gives me more clout to the people to harm her. They have the money and power to do it. Is that a bag of Packy chips? It is. We're going to be doing the challenge after this. So head over to my Patreon afterwards, you guys, and check it out. It's going to be a lot of fun. I will have it posted on YouTube eventually, but I live stream the challenges on my Patreon, so you can see them right as they're happening and comment and stuff. And then I'll go through and edit it, maybe add music or whatever, and then post it on YouTube. Ooh, that's why she needs to be defended. Just set ground rules that Amanda or family members are not allowed for the discussion. That's a possibility, but I mean, to me, it's not enough. I don't want to just be like, okay, here's the ground rules. I'm going to control this conversation. Whereas I just want to be like, let's just talk about whatever. Let's see where the conversation goes. Let's not feel restrained by anything that we're going to say. Let's try to be respectful. But I mean, if you're thinking of all of these things and all these things that you want to say, then just say them, because I feel like if they're just out in the open, then I'll better understand where you're coming from, why you're saying that. And I don't think it's justified, and I don't think that it's true, but it's fine. Just say what's on your mind, and like, at least I'll better understand, like, maybe why you're coming from there, what type of person you are, and stuff like that. And so I don't know. I don't want to restrict people's conversations, because me personally, the best conversations are the ones that are just completely real, no filters. Just share whatever you want, and just, yeah, whatever comes to your mind, say it, and we'll discuss it and talk about it. And I feel like that's a lot more interesting for sure. Exactly. Your follow-up question was great. She doesn't need any more attention from the freaking order. I just think you can share ideas without going after people's family. That's true. I would hope people would be respectful. That's true. I hope people would be kind and thoughtful and care enough to, I don't know, not just jump to conclusions and assume different things. That's the hope, right? I wish everyone in the world could be like that. That would be nice. I just want to make sure you and Amanda don't become bigger targets for these people. If they want to spread propaganda, great, but leave family members out. Everyone has the right to free speech, as long as you have the receipts to back it up, and that's exactly what you guys are doing. You're just shining a light on the facts and helping those who want it. Yeah, and I'll admit, sometimes what I share in my videos are just ideas. They might not be 100% true, but I try really hard to make sure that I state that. If I only have heard of it, or if it's only been a rumor, then I let you guys know that I've just heard of it, or this might be just a rumor, or like, I don't, I just let you guys know when it's a fact versus when it's an idea or speculation. At least I try to, but I'm not perfect. I make mistakes sometimes. Eskel, you can't let someone burn on your sister. It's normal to say, hey, let's leave individuals out of it. Yeah, that's true. But you gotta keep in mind, like, how do I say this politely? When someone disses on someone else and they're just being super rude, and you can tell that it's just for no purpose, really. They're just purely being rude, just be rude. I feel like that says a lot about them, And it's like, I don't know. For me, I see that, and it's not going to make me think like, oh, I'm not going to like question what he's saying is true or anything. It just more further validates why a lot of the things that he's saying should be questioned or like looked into further, not just going to jump to conclusions or assume everything that's said is correct and stuff like that. What? What do you mean, flicker fade? Mm-hmm. I'm a little bit afraid of the order taking some kind of action, but not really. Clearly, I'm still doing my channels. I'm not going to let them stop me, and I'm just going to be me. So, yeah. Him getting in trouble only solidifies, I think I spelled that right, that the order doesn't support freedom of speech and only makes it seem like you and Amanda point about how the order is controlling. Well, yeah, and that's the thing, you guys. We all know the order's controlling. We all know the order's trying to hide some things, and I'm just trying to make it more transparent, bring it out into the open. And what I don't understand is why they won't give some sort of a spokesperson to try and, I don't know, show what their like purpose of their website is, or who they are as a group. Because this insider, he had pure intentions. He's trying to share the truth. He's trying to be a missionary of some sort and do his part in sharing the gospel and shedding light upon the world of what he truly believes is right. And then the order probably sees maybe some of the mistakes that he said, some of the things that he might have said wrong, or that the order wishes he would have said better, or whatever their point of view is, and they get upset at him and basically tells him that he did it wrong or whatever. Then why do they not have a spokesperson? Why don't they have anyone that can come on and supposedly share what they want the proper way or whatever they think? It just makes them look super guilty when they don't want anyone to. They don't want to share. They don't want to share the gospel, supposedly. They don't want to teach what they truly believe is true. And to me, that makes me think maybe even the leaders themselves they're not fully convinced. I feel like they have reasons to want to keep it a secret or to, in some sense, hide. And it's like, I mean, I could be wrong. I'm fully admitting that, but you gotta at least to some extent understand and see from my point of view why it seems sketchy, why that makes a lot of sense, and it seems that way because of the way that they're acting. So that's my thought on it. But I'm sure Amanda would have let Eskel know if she felt very threatened. Yeah, I see Amanda all the time. We're in very close contact, and we got each other's backs, that's for sure. You shouldn't have to filter what you say. If they want to be interviewed, they should understand you're going to ask questions. That's true. Yeah, it goes both ways. They should be okay with what I'm going to say, even though they might not fully agree with it, and I'll be okay with what they say, even though I don't fully agree with it. My only hope is that we'll be transparent and try to be as honest as we can, and then when we come to the things that are completely different in our beliefs or whatever, then we just have to agree to disagree. He literally said in the video his purpose was to point out some of the things Amanda was saying was false. Yeah, and he did. The insider tried to do that, but some of the things that he tried to point out that were false were actually true. Was the only issue. But I mean, he was trying, and maybe from the insider's point of view it was false, but then some of that just comes to beliefs, how we view things. I think it's because they're trying to hide and lay low because they're doing so much wrong and illegal. Yeah, that was my first thought as well, Kim. But then just skip over the comments. Okay. True. Yeah, I'm almost to the bottom now. Yeah, how long has this been? We've already gone over an hour, you guys. Wow. We got 49 people, almost 50 people in here. Heck yeah. Welcome, guys. I gotta always take a little pause and welcome everybody because we've now got Waverly, we've got Leah, we got Kim M. Smith, Flinker, Lulu, Christina, Ken, Denise. Welcome, guys. Heck yeah. Because Eskel, if they had a spokesperson, they would have to answer follow-up questions, and there's proof out there that some things simply aren't true. Some things simply aren't true. Yeah. And I'll admit, I would not want to be the spokesperson for the order. It would be very hard to defend a lot of the things that certain order members have done. But I feel like, I don't know, if they expect to become a big organization and they expect to, not, what's the word? If they want to be able to defend their viewpoint and their side and supposedly teach and share why their gospel is true and why their church is the right one and stuff like that, then I feel like it's a little bit inevitable. They'll have to eventually have a spokesperson. I think maybe not. Maybe they're going to get away with never having one, and I just can't help but feel like that's going to seem a little bit sketchy. But I mean, if that's what they want to do, that's fine. People are free to talk about their mixed answers. To be honest, with what he was saying about Amanda, gave me more perspective of the order. Yeah, see, that's the way I was hoping people would interpret it. Even when someone's saying rude things and mean things, then it just kind of shows some of their character, helps you to understand their viewpoint. And so I feel like we can still gain something from it, Like that the second wife is 18, definitely a lie. Hey everyone, the second wife is usually 18, but the first wife is a minor most of the time. Yeah, and see, that's another thing. I don't think the insider thought that he was lying or misinterpreting it, but he just didn't fully understand. Like that whole discussion about how there's no plural wives that are younger than 18. And it's like, well, technically there is, especially when someone has to divorce their first wife to marry this person that's younger than 18. And then they married their first wife again, technically is the second wife or what, however they do it, it's still a polygamous family with a minor in it, so. And I don't think he was trying to just lie. I just think that maybe he didn't fully understand, which is fine. I don't expect him to be perfect. I feel transparency is exactly the correct word. If there isn't 100%, then there is something they don't want to bring to light, and then they get defensive. Yeah, and that's the thing. I feel like a lot of the times when people don't have what they're saying is justified, and when they're just kind of like bullcrapping their way through stuff, then that's when they get the most upset. And especially when they don't. Man, I don't know. I always run into ways of how to describe and express what I'm trying to say. But I truly believe a lot of order members don't know where their testimony comes from, don't know why they're in the order and things like that. So when people question them and like kind of put a lot of pressure on them, they get upset because deep down they don't know. They're kind of just there because they were born into it and just by chance, and the circumstances around them have caused that. And to a lot of people, I bet that's frustrating and that's tough because then that's when times get hard, then you don't really have much of a testimony or much of a reason to hold to. And if you're told that you can never question it and you just have to believe it and go with it, then that's going to be frustrating. I don't blame them for getting upset and frustrated. I feel like that would be super confusing to be a part of a group that if you don't have a testimony of, or you don't fully have the opportunities to like question it and to find out for yourselves, then you're going to find yourself being frustrated. You're really going to want to question a lot of things. And if you feel like you can't, then I would be frustrated too. That's why with so many order members, it's like, I don't want to be mean to them. I can relate to them. I understand. I was one of those, It's like, I feel them. I just am so glad that I took some changes in my life and took the steps to become the person that I am today that I kind of wish that they could. That's all. And I hope that, it might make an impact, or maybe me sharing my story or letting other people share their story on my channel will help them to do exactly that and to, receive more motivation and encouragement to make a difference and make those changes and stuff like that. But it's different for everyone. Some people, they want to. Some people are looking for, that motivation or that extra, extra push to do something to make a change. But other people are comfortable. Other people just don't want to have to worry about it and stress. Wow. Sorry, guys. It's springtime, so my allergies are kind of crazy. But that was frankly sad that he couldn't articulate his testimony. Yeah, I wonder. I feel like, I don't know. From my experience, a lot of order members' testimonies have to come from things that are like, I don't really want to say not logical, but things that are kind of like, to me, seemed like they were random or stuff like that. Because it's like so many order members' testimonies are about families. Because the order is all about families. And they'll be like, I know that families are the greatest thing in the world, and so that's how I know that the order is right. And it's like, I mean, I get it. Families are great, and that's an strong core belief thing to hold on to that makes it easy to kind of like say, oh, the order is great because they have big families and all that stuff. But at least to me, that's not enough, because like just having families, that's not a religion. That's not what sure, maybe that's what the order is, like a big focus of the order. But just because there's like one aspect or one thing that you can point out and say, oh, this is great, this is good, this is what I like, doesn't mean that everything else is justified. I feel like it has to go a lot further than that. That's what I think anyway. But, and then again, I don't know. I can't decide what people's testimony should be like. So if that is their testimony, then sure, that's what they're going to hold on to, and that's what they're going to do. And I suppose that's fine. But, oh no. We have a friend, not so friend, who's here now. Whoa, who's Sneaky Snake? He's saying that the insider was a pushover. I mean, he was a very nice guy, and a lot of people interpret nice people as pushovers, but I don't know. Oh boy, you guys. Sorry, there's a few comments that came up that's asking for permission to get posted. So I just need to read them really quick. Do a lot of order members have self-esteem issues? That's a good question. Maybe. I would probably use a different word other than self-esteem, because I think it's like, I feel like a lot of order members are kind of trying to find their identity, and that's common amongst, like, I feel like all types of different groups and organizations. But in the order, I felt like it was very hard to find my identity, because you're so focused on the type of like person that the order wants you to be that it's hard to figure out what you want and who you want to be and who you feel like you are and stuff like that. Eskel, would you like to address leaking Eldon's identity by not editing his voice out in many places? Well, I don't know if that did happen, but I sent the videos to the insider, and he approved them before I posted them, so that kind of takes care of that. That's part of their belief, but not an individual testimony. Yeah, see? And I think that's what a lot of it is, because if I stayed in the order and still was going to be an order member, then I feel like I'd have to just tell myself stuff and like do anything I could, as desperate as or as much as I'd have to reach or whatever. I just have to find out like things to say good about it, to justify being there, and then just kind of ignore if anything bad happened. Which, I mean, I feel like a lot of order members do that, and I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if I did that if I stayed in the order. Sometimes I don't feel this way at all anymore now that I've had the life experience that I've had. But back in the order, there are many times where I thought being blissfully ignorant was much better than like actually knowing and figuring stuff out. And that's just the way I felt. I'd fully support the order and the way they want to live, just as I would for any other religion, but it's the abuse, manipulation, underage marriages, and how they are far all the way around to members. Unfair. Yeah, and I completely agree with you, M. Smith. I feel like that's what a big core issue is. Isn't Amanda almost there? She should be. We said 5 o'clock, but my family's we're like professionals at being late to stuff. So, should we see how long it takes her to get here? Maybe I should start getting stuff ready for it. I didn't get nice guy vibes from him with the way he spoke about Amanda. Yeah, it's funny because, well, I blame that on just the order culture. I feel like it's very common and like a casual thing to just talk bad about non-order members. And so he was a nice order member and an order guy, but I think order members don't see anything wrong with talking bad about outsiders. Had to completely reboot my computer. Man, I need a new laptop. Oh, sorry, Leah. Flickerfade said that cybercriminal actually, you did that? Giving away the identity? Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Cyber criminal. You're the one that posted his name all over it. But you're right. There may have been parts that weren't fully blurred out, but that's not only my fault. I got the approval from him too. But yeah. I'm just curious why cybercriminal cares. Because I feel like he was the first one to try and post the insider's name, and seemed like he wanted to get him in trouble and stuff like that. Yes, there's no accountability. How did they say there's nothing wrong going on? That's called denial. Then go on the attack when they are questioned instead of having an adult conversation. Yeah. And sometimes the reason why I don't just explode out of frustration with all this is because a lot of the times I think like how they were kids themselves, being told this their entire lives. So a lot of the times their responses are very childlike because they've dealt with it their whole life. They've always been told a certain way. They've always reacted to their, the questions and like trying to figure out the truth the same way. And so it doesn't surprise me that much when they like either avoid questions or just don't want to talk about them, or they just answer them in like childish ways or just, don't fully address them. I feel like that's because they've done that their whole life. So to them, that's normal. But sneaky snake, that word you utilized is problematic. I wondered that too. He seemed very nervous, struggled with being an individual. Huh. If you really feel that way, if you ever need help, please let me know. I can open a lot more doors than most. I think I misunderstood you last week, and I'm truly sorry. Wasn't Amanda on the way over? Yeah. She's just probably running late. Okay, this is a great discussion. M. Smith, you should respond to this because I want to get your idea and point of view. M. Smith says, I have no problem with them choosing the lifestyle, but are they really choosing that lifestyle, or was it a choice already made for them? Now, that is a really good question because I personally believe that a lot of who we are is a result of the things around us. And so order members, like 99% of all order members, are born and raised in the order, at least nowadays. And so when you're being told something your whole life, it's a lot easier to just kind of go with it or to find ways to justify it and stuff like that. But my question is, do you guys feel like that would go even beyond the order? Like if we stop talking about the order for a second, do you guys feel like a lot of your decisions and who you are right now, like how much do you think is a result of just the things around you? How much do you as a person and your spiritual being get to actually make the choices off of what you know and what you're learning from this life versus all the things around you, all of the social media, all the different influences that we have? Like, how much do we actually control? And I personally, I feel like it's probably not a ton that we control, but what little we do control, that makes it even more valuable. That's why I am such an advocate with not being in the order and being able to make my own choices, to learn and discover my own way of thinking and stuff like that, because our environment controls a lot. It really does. And maybe for certain individuals and different upbringings and stuff, it's different. There might be all different percentages and stuff, but there's no doubt that our environment does have a huge effect on who we are and the lives that we live. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? I always found that very fascinating. And I think the whole order aspect just adds a whole nother part to it, I guess, because it's like we're in a world where our environment controls a lot of us, and then when you're in even a whole community that tries to take that to a whole nother step. I was really tired earlier, but now I feel pretty good. Maybe I'm just excited for the chip challenge or something. What? Did someone use the R word? That's not nice. Hmm. Sorry, I'm probably going to skip over a lot of these because I want to go to more interesting comments. Cybercriminal says, Eskel, you should have asked someone else to come on. He is not very strong in speech or seems to be the best spokesperson. Well, that's what I'm trying to get across is I'm not being biased on who comes on my channel. Literally, so far, anyone that has reached out to me and asked to be on, I have given them opportunities to. I have met up with them. I have, given them chances to. So I'm not like cutting people off or saying only certain people can. I've let anyone that has reached out to me and been serious about wanting to be on my channel and given them opportunities to be on it. So it's more up to the people taking the initiative and wanting to be on my channel. Because I don't want someone that's coming on my channel because they're being told to, or they feel like, what's the word? I don't know. Because they're just doing it just because they can. I do want someone that wants to be on it. I want someone that is excited to share and to have a good discussion. And I feel like that's going to make it so much more interesting that way. Looks like I came back just in time for a bunch of frisky fritters going on. Sad they don't know any difference and what's socially acceptable. Why be mad when the guy was literally trying to defend your religion? I have no idea. Had to reboot, came back, and all this drama. Flicker, I'll point fingers. I think it's... Okay, that's it. How is it a choice if you don't know any different and had no real world life experiences? It was our parents' choice when they joined, but we were born in the order, not having much of a choice. Yeah, and a lot of our parents were born into it as well. Like, we're almost, 3 generations in? No, it's got to be more than that. At least 4 generations into the order. And so there's multiple generations of parents having their parents that were born and raised in the order. No way. Is Cybercriminal 12? I don't believe that. I was told he was almost 40. So that would be really funny if he was 12. That's what we're used to, but abuse is abuse. That's what I worry with originations like the order. Yeah, organizations like the order. Yeah. Australian paper crafter. I just got back. Am I reading this right? Are there order members having it out on here? I'm so lost. I'm a little lost too, Leah. I'm trying to get caught up, but we're almost to the end here. So I think we might. I just want to get to that end of the comments and then. Oh dear God, it's 12. I can't. Denise, I don't think he's actually 12, but maybe he's just trying to be funny. Absolutely, 100% a huge fact. But here's the difference: you got to do the research. I'm Christian, but maybe she had more. You're right, 100%. The environment will influence and kind of create a lot of who we are and what we become. But that makes it just more valuable. The aspects of life that we do have free agency in, that we do have a say in and full control over, that makes it so much more valuable and so much more important that we use that and do something with it, create some awesome things with it, Leah Kelly, no just open discussion, no reflecting back on what Amanda has said about the order being racist and using the N-word freely. Yeah, sadly, that does happen a lot in the order, but I wonder, to me, I understand there's racist organizations out there, and I just am never going to be racist myself. But to me, what's more curious is not the fact that there's racist people out in the world, because there is, and I'm sure no matter where you go, you'll find people that discriminate. But what I find fascinating is how, okay, I'll just say certain organizations will be racist, and they won't discuss either why they're racist or have a open discussion and adult respectful conversation about why they see that way. And to me, I just assume then if they aren't willing to do that, it's just because they don't really know why. They're just racist kind of for no reason, or just for dumb reasons that they don't want to talk about. But that's just me, just jumping to conclusions, and that's what I think when I don't get to have a deep conversation and discussion with people that are going through that. I'm not sure if there was order members in here during this chat. Yeah, there was, Kim, just so you know. Australian paper crafted. Oh, okay, thank you. Was feeling confused. Yes, Eskel, someone did say the R word, so please report anyone who says the R word. Eskel, please see my comment. Okay, yeah, I'll go up and look at it. My parents are different religions, and we went to both churches, but ultimately got to decide if we even wanted to go to church. I love that. I'm Christian too, but not a fundamentalist. I follow Christ's teachings. That's awesome. My parents never even forced me to go to church with them. Eskel, you're one of the most... Really? I would say otherwise, but okay. I wasn't forced. They asked, and if we wanted to, we went, but ultimately, it was our choice from a young age. That's probably why I don't think I need to go to church to have faith. That's awesome, Lulu. I like that. I think that's the perfect comment to leave on, because I respect anyone that will let their own children choose what religion or church that they want to go to, because I feel like that's just going to add so much more meaning. Not only do I personally think that that's what is right and correct, to allow people to make their own choice, to present them with opportunity, present them with as much information as you can, and then ultimately leave it up to them. Let them make their decisions and choose. That way, they not only will they I feel like have better strength and more purpose and reason for doing what they're doing, but also they can never go back and feel like their parents were kind of controlling them, or their parents forced them to be a certain religion or things like that. Because I feel like nothing good ever comes from that. But, ooh, I think Amanda is on her way. Awesome. Well, I think this is a perfect time to stop. I am super glad you all came on here. We're up to 62 people on here right now. That's awesome. I I like it. I like that you guys find these conversations interesting. I love sharing updates and letting you guys know what's happening with my channel. I'm excited to have Amanda back on. Oh, and I didn't even get to say, but I did rearrange the background a little bit. I'm trying to get more picture frames for the pictures, but overall, I'm trying to just mostly make it look nice and orderly, I guess. When I first put them all up there, I only had like 10 minutes before I was going live, so I just got my tape and stuck them all up there. And then finally I went through and straightened them all and made it look a little bit nicer. So, what else? Thank you guys. You guys are all super nice. I really appreciate you. I hope to see you all on my Patreon to be able to, we're going over the chip challenge. If any of you guys got snacks and stuff, come onto my Patreon and eat some good food with us. See how long you can handle, how much spicy food you can handle. And then also, I'm sure I'll be going live next Sunday too, so I hope to see you all there. And yeah, I don't know. Thanks for being here, you guys. I really appreciate having the community that I have. You guys are so fun. And you guys are very good at asking like thought-provoking comments as well and questions. I love that. I think it's been awesome. Whoa. Come on. Be nice. Have a great week, Eskel and everyone. Yeah, everyone. Hope you all have a great week. I hope to see you all in the later video and next week. And yeah, make the most of every day, okay, you guys? To do good and to be good, that is my religion. And I hope everyone knows that my focus in this is to just have a good discussion. It's supposed to be chill and relaxed. I don't like when things get too stressful or like, I don't know. I don't let it stress me out. Like I said, I put on my, what's it called? My repellent for rude comments, so I don't see all the haters and stuff like that. So I just ignore them. And I love it when there's lots of comments going on, when you guys have, like, we have a good discussion going. You guys have a lot that's being shared. So thank you guys for that. Today was awesome. We got to talk about a ton of stuff. This went super long. We had a lot of people on today, so that was great. And I can't wait to see you all next week. Feel free to add more comments, share different ideas that you want to see in my YouTube channels. And yeah, we'll just go from there. So thanks, guys. Hope you all have a great week. I'll see you later.